really Wednesday night late, you had an eclipse. It's a big eclipse. It's a full solar eclipse. Yeah, square Saturn opposes Neptune. What a whomper it is. Now, if you're seeing this on the internet early, advice on eclipses, Wednesday night, 11:03 p.m., sleep through it. Yeah, eclipses are dangerous. Now, this one's in Africa where you can see it, so that's a good thing. It's the other side of the world from Hawaii. The southern half of Africa is going to feel this. Anyway, whoa, glad we're not in Somalia, Mogadishu. They're probably going to have trouble with Neptune. They, what happened before, they got in trouble because they pirated some ships. All these poor people in Somalia see these ships going by full of rich stuff, so they go out and grab the vessel, and probably see a little more of that. Now, this eclipse lasts for 3 minutes, and they say that the duration of them depends on the number of minutes equals 1 year. So this is 3 years and a month. This eclipse kind of lasts. So, oh, here's a note for myself on Maui, on Akaku. We changed the show on Friday night over to 5:30 p.m. instead of 10:30 p.m. Friday. The Thursday night show still at 7. The Friday night show has been moved up to 5:30 p.m. Much more convenient time, I think, for you. Well, let's take a look at this. Here's my amateurish cartoon of what it's like if you're the sun and the moon comes by in front of you and just blocks out all the light. And this is not good. No, it isn't. Not good at all. So it's no accident that traditional people hated these eclipses, the death of a king, of the father figures of the men. And they are dangerous. Let's take a look at it day by day. We're going to run the moon around the edge of this pattern. And if you're on the Thursday night show, you're right here. Well, here you were Wednesday night. Here was the eclipse at 11 o'clock in Hawaii. And not an easy time. I hope you went to bed early and slept through it. And the best thing to do is kind of ignore them. The worst thing is to go look at them, according to the ancient Chinese astrologers. Don't look at them, sleep through them. They're dangerous. If you're Thursday night, at least you got a nice little Mercury thing here. That's a conjunction to Mercury, and you can talk and walk, and the kids are happy and think kind of clearly Thursday night. But Friday on the 2nd, boy, it feels really good. You're in the Jupiter zone. Here's Jupiter and Mercury, too, stopping there. Right on Jupiter. A lot of optimism. A lot of laughing. Look out. You know, you're on this eclipse. It's going to last for a while, so, you know, don't party out too much and let your guard down. No. It's dangerous. Eclipses. If you're anywhere near the place of this eclipse, if you've got planets in your chart, like 7, 8, 9, 10 mutable signs, that's Virgo, Pisces, Sag, and Gemini, this is going to affect some part of your life. And, you know, you need to analyze it a little bit and find out. Anyway, here you are Friday, full of all sorts of optimism in the middle of the day and the early afternoon. And feels kind of good, doesn't it? The kids are happy, making lots of noise. And Friday afternoon, the moon shifts into Libra, and it's a little different story. Now you go into the Venus zone. Here's Venus, and she's going to give you some sweets Friday night. Good time to be with somebody you love. It's seems kind of solid, doesn't it? Because Saturday morning here, before lunch, there's a nice sextile to Saturn. What, trouble from the eclipse? Well, you're not seeing it coming Saturday. Everything seems okay. All the managers, all the politicians and bankers, they're okay, aren't they? Sure they are, sure. And then after lunch, here's the square to Pluto. There's a little panicky feeling. Things aren't quite what they seem, huh? No, they're not. Oh, wait a minute. We got all our work done Saturday night. Here's the sextile to Mars. You know, the politicians, the bankers, Saturn is cool. Mars, the military, the sports guys, the selfish Martians, they're okay. We're happy with them all. Mistake, folks. Sunday on the 4th, there's a opposition to Uranus. Now we're kind of out of the earthquakey, twirly zone, hopefully. And this should not be as disturbing as some of the other times we've had on Mondays. You notice it's crept back into Sundays. The disruptive feeling, the glitches are now on Sunday. Thing doesn't work? Twist the connections. Take the plug out and plug it in again. That's the way Sunday is. Monday, the 5th, the moon's in Scorpio and feels a lot better. Here's nice trine to Neptune Monday night. You regain some faith, compassion returns. Tuesday on the 6th, here's a sextile to Pluto. We discovered new things. Tuesday afternoon, there's a sextile to the sun. We got a plan here. Of course, this is an eclipse sun. This plan might not last. A lot of the things you're doing after this eclipse can die out kind of quickly. You know, yes. Try it on little things. Just the little things you do. So your Tuesday plan, I don't know. Some care is needed again. Wednesday, the moon's still in Scorpio till the middle of the day. And here's a nice sextile to Jupiter. And we got some wisdom and some optimism going here until afternoon of Wednesday, and the moon shifts into Sagittarius, and you're in the Saturn zone. And now the eclipse starts to tighten up, huh? Yeah, Thursday morning, here's the square to the sun. Venus is trying to mellow things out here. She says, come on, relax, boys. Take a little sugar. But I don't think that's going to take, because here's Saturn right after Venus. Before breakfast, really, you're going to start feeling Saturn. Things are closing in. They're drying out. They're compressing. They're getting smaller. Big things are falling on people. Bad laws are being made. Yes, the CEOs, the managers, the politicians, they're in confusion and delusion. They're all delusionary, and they're making big mistakes. Try not to pour any cement on anything on Thursday. Don't make rules. Don't make regulations. You'll be sorry if you do on Thursday. Thursday night, the moon goes by Mars, and there's some anger. And what's this? The Saturn politicians, the Republicans, did a bunch of things, and everybody's angry, and there's eclipse vibes going on. What do you mean we all got to follow the Bible? This is terrible for the Islamics who think that the world's falling apart because they're going to go do things. Yes. And the violence breaks out here on Thursday. And early Friday morning isn't until Friday afternoon on the 9th of September that we get a trine to Uranus. Some common sense clicks in, and check the internet. People talking, listen to them. Here's the public. This is you. In la catch, I am another you. Aquarian consciousness takes a hold. What was I doing? Ever since the eclipse, I've been selfish and self-centered. I've been judgmental. Don't be judgmental. You know, I am another you. Yes, on Friday. Moon's still in Sagittarius. It's a lousy time. Once the moon shifts into Capricorn, Saturday morning feels a lot better. Settles down some. And Saturday night, here's the sextile to Neptune. You can regain some faith and compassion. And maybe all these church people aren't that bad after all. Maybe religion, well, it's questionable. To me, I'll tell you, I'm an Aquarian spirit, folks. And to me, religion is what's wrong with the world for the last 2,000 years. Still is. It isn't just Muslims, no. It's Christians, Jews. It's all of the people who think their religion is all important, and it gives them the right to impose their stuff on others. So this is not going to be an easy time for religion, no, because the eclipse opposes Neptune. And the trouble is that anybody who opposes Neptune right now could wind up in trouble. You know, I made a note down here. If I was a radical Islamic, people who oppose Neptune, oppose my religion, should die. And there could be some of that going on. So, defend religion. You might feel like it's Saturday night, the 10th. But, you know, it's a questionable thing. Believing in it. I think it's very much like believing in the Chicago Bulls. You know, we all get patriotic. Patriotism, sports stuff where you owe your allegiance to some team or company or something. These are all forms of religion. Yes, get together in a group and sing songs. And we're better than you. Chicago Bears are better than the Detroit Lions. Come on. California is better than Florida. Come on. Anyway, I think we'd be better off without a lot of religion in the world, and that's what's going on. The next 2,000 years, we're going to get away from it. Most of the world is not religious, believe it or not. In the United States, it's being pumped because politicians and bankers and other people and oil companies and drug companies and doctors and all these people are making money. And it's all forms of religion. I believe in my doctor. That's a religious thing. You shouldn't believe in anything, folks. Sunday morning, the moon goes by Pluto, you'll get very analytical. And you'll understand more of what I'm saying here. And analyze it yourself. Common sense is the rule for the next 2,000 years, not religious belief. So I guess I can't blame the Muslims for saying, oh, our religion is leaking out the vessel and we're losing it. And okay, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe you should deflate the religious balloon a little bit. Maybe it's too big a thing. Well, the pop goes Sunday morning, and here's information from underground. And you should feel better Sunday afternoon. There's a trine to the sun, to the eclipse point. But, you know, I'm thinking, geez, this eclipse is going to have a lot to do with religion because it opposes Neptune very closely. Of course, the eclipse is where the trouble is, so that maybe anybody who opposes Neptune could be in trouble. Somebody is going to defend themselves, and, oh boy, look out. You know, they're all defending their right to go to church. And they want me to go to church. And they want me to change my diet and to follow their Bible rules or their Sharia law or this or that. I don't know. Saturn is here. Saturn going to block the whole thing, make it worse, make it more fearful. I'm sorry, folks, but you might be in for at least a month of fearfulness due to what happens with these politicians, bankers, people in black suits and ties, Saturn and Neptune, the preacher, artist, musician, movie star. Neptune's also gay people, by the way, people who are dressed up in flashy colors, actors, huh? Oh boy, actors, wonderful, yes. They're acting. Why should we make heroes out of actors? What are they doing for us? You know, nothing. Why do we make heroes out of doctors? I don't know. Heroes out of priests. You know, these folks got clean hands because they never work. I'm sorry. I don't got a lot of sympathy for Neptune. I've watched him all my life, and I'm 75 now. he's tricky, and the doctor says, "Here, take this pill," and charges you an arm and a leg. The priest says, "Oh yeah, I'll forgive your sins," and passes the plate over to you to contribute. Now, there's something fishy. Neptune rules the ocean and fish, by the way. But I think there's going to be a lot of bad smells and maybe some bad news about the ocean. Anyway, where was it? Mostly in Africa. Uh-oh, eclipse time.